is a partnership between Bill DeWeese Media Incorporated and Strategic Systems Incorporated and my good friend Chris Cole. If you don't know Chris Cole, he's a guy that I hope you get to know in the very near future. Chris, during my last 4 years of leading the VoiceOver Blueprint training program, Chris worked behind the scenes building out all of the digital marketing systems. If you came into the Blueprint or you bought a training program, it was because of the work. Chris Cole. VO Flow is a marriage of the experiences and the expertise of what I do and what Chris does. During those 4 years, Chris learned, he learned everything there is to know about voiceover because he literally sat through all of my trainings, built out marketing systems based on what I do to help me teach other people do it. And that's his expertise is building out these digital marketing systems to make the pipeline, going back to the pipeline, to make the pipeline work. So now, pretty much if you have the right tools, anybody can, now you can know whether somebody at least opened your email. And that's a start. But after that, that's where the challenge comes in. It's because, okay, once they've done that, did they go to your website? Do you know if the people who open your emails go to your website? Once they go to your website, did they listen to your demos? Do you have any way of knowing whether they listen to your demos? The pipeline becomes dark between first and third base. It's like we don't know as somebody who's marketing, we don't know what's going on. We have no way to control that. All we can do is reach out and hope that we hear back, at least up until now. What VO Flow has done has turned on the spotlights, has illuminated the entire playing field so that we know precisely what's going on, all the bases around the diamond. In other words, when you reach out to somebody, if they visit your website, you know. You know when they visited and then what they did while they were there. Because, and that, by the way, first base, they're a warm lead. They're actually taking the initiative to go to your website, which means they have some interest. What happens after that? Well, we want them to listen to our demo or demos, right? Well, before this, we couldn't follow a client. We didn't know if a client was listening to our demos or not. We might know if somebody was listening. There was technology to let us know if somebody was there. But this particular person, now we know through VO Flow, we can watch and we can know who is not only going to our websites, but what they're listening to or watching video, how much time they're spending, so that we know they've gone from being a warm lead to now a hot lead. Now they've heard you. They know what you're all about. And what VO Flow does, one of two, well, what it does, it facilitates moving people through the bases, so to speak. So you have two options. It can notify you so that you can if you like to do things manually, and just have VO Flow tell you, hey, Bill just visited your website, and you can respond accordingly. Hey, Bill just listened to your e-learning demo so that you can respond accordingly. Or you can use it in automated mode where it will do all of that for you based on the behavior of the prospect. So when the prospect visits your website, it immediately fires out communication to that person. When they listen to a demo, same thing. So now we know where they are in the pipeline, and we can take the appropriate action to continue to move them through. Think about this for a second. This is a complete and a total game changer. What if you had that power in your hands? And you can now through VioFlow. I'm going to put the URL up on the screen so that you can check it out. And let me just say this as an aside. I guess this is a teaser, and I'm not going to say too much right now, but we're not done. We're not close to done. All of this you just heard, it keeps me awake at night. It's the technology and what it allows us to do in growing our voiceover businesses is amazing, but we're not done. We are, Chris and I are working to stay on the cutting edge of what's happening in this, the whole data collection space. It's an exploding thing right now. And we are partnering with the right people to make sure that the data is hot and fresh. And I'll just leave it at that. And that means a couple of different things. And the Voice Over Flow now, as awesome as it is, will continue to become better in the days and the weeks and the months ahead. So if you're stuck, you've got a pipeline problem, and it's time to unplug that pipe, and you got to keep it moving. Keep them moving to first base, to second base, to third base, and to home to score so that you can book work and get paid. Check it out today, VOFlow.io.